Daniel 11:21.
My God.
Daniel 11:21.
My God.
Let's quickly do this. Wow. So there are global elites that are deceiving the world. And in his estate shall stand up a vile person, to whom they shall not give the honor of the kingdom, but he shall come in peaceably and obtain the kingdom by flatteries, by lies.
Oh, yes.
Wow. A vile person was coming. So countries will be bought by flatteries. Go to verse number 39 of the same. Are you getting this?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
You're getting this?
We're getting it, sir.
Time.
My God.
What I go to. Thus shall ye do in the most strongholds with a strange God, whom ye shall acknowledge and increase with glory. And he shall cause them to rule over many, and shall divide the land for gain. In other words, there are going to be people who take the land and divide among their own elites that they like. Let me show you again. Isaiah 10, verse number 5. Let's read the Assyrian. Isaiah 10, verse number 5. In a few minutes, we'll be done.
Oh, yes.
But you're understanding what is happening. Get to farmland. Buy farmland.
Yes,
no matter
sir.
who you are, buy farmland.
Yes,
I
sir.
told people by prophecy that you're living in the Western world. You wish you were in Africa.
Oh, yes.
Say that.
Say that.
They'll be controlling your food.
Oh, yes.
O Assyrian, the rod of my anger. God says, you are a rod of my anger. I caused you to be a rod of my anger. In fact, go to NIV. Use NIV. So we use that. Wow. Woe to the Assyrian, the rod of my anger, in whose hand is the club of my wrath. In other words, he's saying the Assyrian, and we read Ezekiel, and we talked about the Assyrian was hiding behind the trees in the garden. Meaning to say the Assyrian spoken of here is the devil himself, or the son of the devil. Remember, I spoke on last week, we did the firstborn of the devil. Woe to the Assyrian, the rod of my anger, in whose hand is the club of my wrath. I send him against a godless nation, and dispatch him against a people that anger me, to seize loot, to snatch plunder, to trample them down like mud in the streets. He says, this is what I send him to do. When I'm angry with a person, I use the devil. He doesn't know he works for me. He's already on duty to kill everyone, but I just direct his anger towards people who anger me. He was going to kill them anyway. I send him against a godless nation to dispatch. I dispatch him against the people who anger me to seize land. Right? Let's go. But this is not what he intends. He doesn't do what I like him to do.
Oh, yes.
So what does he do? This is not what he has in his mind. His purpose is to destroy and to put an end to nations. Oh, you just see UN. You don't know what it is. They're trying to remove nations. So there is no president, this president, this president, this. They've already started it in the United States. It's called United States. Different rules in every state. Wow.
Yes.
They're just countries that are joined together. Are not my commanders all presidents? He says. The Assyrian says, all my commanders are heads of state. He's not 𝗪𝗏 like Carchemish. He's not Hamath like Arpad. And Samaria like Damascus. As my hand seized the kingdoms of the idols, kingdoms whose images excelled that of Jerusalem and Samaria, shall I not deal with Jerusalem and their images, as I dealt with Samaria and their idols? Wow. When the Lord has finished all the work against Mount Zion and Jerusalem, he will say, I'll punish the king of Assyria for the willful pride of his heart and the hot look in his eyes. For he says, by the strength of my hand, I've done this. And by my wisdom, because I have understanding, I removed the boundaries of countries. Wow. What is he trying to do? Remove the boundaries of nations. Then when I do, what do? I plunder their wealth. Like a mighty one subdues their kings and their presidents, their heads of state. As one reaches into his nest, so my hand reaches to the wealth of the nations. They will all need to buy this, buy this, buy this. What's your budget?
Yes.
Impoverished people, countries were impoverished to come back. Like these countries in Africa, you feel sorry for them. For them trying to come back now after the COVID. It's crazy. These guys were distributing these medications among themselves.
Yes.
And aid, food aid among themselves.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Then they started saying, we have no transport to take the medication to Africa. Then when these people saying, oh, this is medication, 30,000 doctors made a pact and developed a website to say, these are the medications for this disease. What did World Health Organization come and say? They said, who? They didn't get it. They asked who? Who said this? And then they started changing the whole thing. Only now, after people have died, is when they come and say, you know that that drug Trump was saying works? It really worked.
After people die.
After people have died. Look at this man, the other guy who was acting like a prophet. This short guy who was saying, yes, we are looking at it. We are seeing that there is a pandemic that is coming, not in this administration, during this administration, but the next administration. You, Fauci, when did you become a prophet? Yes. You can even predict when the COVID is coming. Come on. How?
Can't be.
To even say not in this administration of Obama, but in the next one.
The next one.
And you're not a prophet.
Let's go.
How did he know?